Hi there, my name is Steve Beck and the Rabbi from another planet. Please like, share and subscribe and ring that little bell so you're notified when new videos drop. So this is another one of my videos talking about the new TV show Brave New World. I am obsessed with this show. I love this show. I want everybody to watch the show, but moreover, I want everybody to watch it and get it. So an impediment you may have to that is if you believe it to be woke. If you think it's woke, you're gonna write it off. Or you're either going to write it off, or if you like woke stuff, you're gonna love it, and but in both cases, you're gonna completely ignore the point. And the point is a blistering indictment on woke society, a blistering indictment on the blue checkmark Twitterati that so much have a stranglehold on our culture right now. And I think they've done a couple of things that the blue check by Twitterati may not have worked that out, which I think is quite good. But we're going to get into that in a second. So before we get into the video, can I ask you guys, can you hit the like button? Can you hit the subscribe button? Can you hit the share button? But mostly the subscribe button. I like the subscribe button. If you don't want to hit it, if you want to lovingly caress it, that is good too. I think that's very good. As long as it clicks, that's really the most important thing. If you subscribe, you of course can enter my ongoing competitions. The prize this week is, next 2 weeks, is the Indiana Jones DVD collection. This came out before Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, and so it's not on it, obviously. So you got Raiders, Temple of Doom, Last Crusade, and this fantastic documentary disc that tells you everything you could possibly want to know about Indiana Jones, and it's a really good documentary. I love it. All you need to do to win it is subscribe to the channel. Subscribing is the important part from my perspective. Subscribe to the channel, and in the comments, leave the hashtag Dr. Jones. Dr. Jones. Fine, let's talk about Brave New World. So again, is it woke? Is it woke? And again, I think you can think so, but you're being a bit silly. You're being a bit foolish if you do believe it to be woke. Which again, we're going to be looking at a couple of people who do think it's woke. So the original novel talks about this dystopian society, this perfect society in the future, where there's no want, there's no hunger, there's no disease, there's no crime, and it's a completely artificial society. That there's no natural reproduction. Everybody is producing test tube babies. It was the famous expression from the 60s. I wonder if they had that in the 30s. Everyone is produced artificially, and they are predetermined from inception to what role they'll play in society, and they are predetermined by what level they are. You can be an alpha, the rulers, a beta, a gamma, a delta, or an epsilon. And whatever your role is, you are conditioned to love that role and want to fulfill that role in society. And also you're conditioned to not question anything by being kept in a like a bliss-like state of physical pleasure, mostly by this drug called soma, which they all pop quite liberally whenever they feel any form of stress. That and having lots and lots of sex. So yeah, of course, this isn't a perfect society. This is a nightmarish society, a society devoid of any meaning and purpose to life. So again, this is these are themes I think are really quite directly carried over from the original novel to the TV show, and carried over very well. There are significant changes as well. There's a major part of the book is they leave this dystopian society and they go to the savages who live outside, who live a much more existent much like us. Now in the original novel, it was a Native American and Indian reservation, and the protagonist John the Savage was the only white person born there. So they changed that, and they changed that to be essentially the savages are rednecks. But what they really are, and what is so, I know, ringingly clear to me, it's the way that the blue checkmark Twitterati view the unwashed masses. The way they view the people who didn't vote the way they like. They look at them with complete disdain and dislike. And as I said, this is just like a... So that's one, I think, criticism of them. Another criticism of them is the only way they can perpetuate this society is by making sure there's no bonds formed between any of the people, because that might lead to personal growth and personal self-discovery, which they really don't want. So so the society, again, idyllic society they live in, this pain-free society, you has three walls. There is no privacy. Everybody is constantly linked by an AI social media, which is logged into everybody all the time through this contact lens thing. Again, that wasn't in the original novel. This is, I think, is bringing it, tying it very, very cleverly into today's world. There's no privacy, there's no family, and no monogamy. Everybody belongs to everybody else, and all these rules are very strongly adhered to by social pressure. Again, all this is a blistering indictment on how these blue checkmark Twitterati live, and how they exist on Twitter. So, the question can be asked: how did this get made? How is something that is so anti-Hollywood be made by the entertainment industry? So I think the answer to that we can see in this review from Vanity Fair that completely misses the point of this, and the other side of the argument that says it's woke, I think, equally misses the point of this TV show for exactly the same reasons. So let's read this. We'll start in this paragraph over here. Where it goes, the new series is a clever modern adaptation, engaging deeply with the source material. I do fundamentally, agree with that. I think the themes of the book of how individualism in an automated society, Fordism was something that Aldous Huxley was very, very concerned with, which is Ford was somebody who automated the automobile industry, and he took this idea of automation to society itself, and he found the idea just like horrific, absolutely deeply horrific, and how they would have to perpetuate that's really the I think one of the core parts of the book, again carried over seamlessly into this incredible TV show. It's incredible TV show because, other than having all these like weighty issues it talks about, it has lots and lots of very, very attractive people having lots and lots of orgies in lots and lots of very cool science fiction settings. So that's kind of a triple win for me. I don't know what you like, but I really like all of those things. But why did again? Let's go back to Vanity Fair here. Why are they on board with it? Engaging deeply with the source material while dispensing with Huxley's glaring racist themes. No, absolutely not. The glaring racist themes that it spoke about was the. Firstly, it's basic tribalism. It's a dislike of a non-conformity, inconformity. You see that in the book in the tribal reservation, and also it's played over again and again and again in what's been bred into them in the New London society, which we see very, very clearly throughout this TV adaptation. And we'll say, actually, we kind of see it in the Savage Lands as well. But more pointedly, the labeling of people and the putting people into boxes that they could not then break out of, because this was the first step of the those very naughty National Socialists in Germany that in the 1930s, which once they put people in a certain box, they said that we can now do this to these people because they exist within this box. Very similar, I would say, to in 2016 we had the question asked, is it okay to punch one of the National Socialists from the 1930s in the face? To which most people go, yes, of course it's okay to punch them, and then they went and designated anybody they didn't like to be one of those National Socialists. So that's really one of the core things that Huxley was talking about, that this TV show is talking about, and this TV again, which is the nightmare dystopian future is the Twitterverse. Is a automated society designed by social media, by the mores of social media. Where they basically just want everybody to be happy, but have no meaning whatsoever in their lives. Again, a blistering indictment. But why is this person gleefully missing this? Dispensing with Huxley's glaring racist themes, not at all, not in the least, and some misogyny too. Not really, because one of the major characters, Lillian Crow, played by Jessica Brown Finlay, who is just breathtakingly gorgeous in every scene she is. She's a beta plus, and the beta pluses are essentially designed to be incredibly gorgeous and very, very, very good at sex, and enjoy being very good at having sex and have lots and lots of sex. They exist essentially to distract the alphas, to sleep with the alphas in these group orgies, so the alphas don't really notice the utter pointlessness of their existence either. Nobody really does anything because everything is totally automated. Everyone is very, very much caught within their loops within the show, which is why I really, really like it. So yeah, doesn't really dispense with the misogyny as well. But I would say it's the first time I've seen misogyny actually dealt with in a real and interesting way. Because this character, Lillian Crow, she's bred to be just a super hot sex bot. That's exactly who she. And she becomes self-aware, and they deal with the reality of like what happens if you are an NPC. And you do have the drive that the NPC have that are bred into you, and you still become self-aware. That's done incredibly authentically and incredibly well. And again, super anti-woke. Okay, so why is Vanity Fair ignoring this completely? And we get in the next sentence. We get the answer. Several minor characters are gender and or race swapped. Most notably, well-controlled Mustafa Mon becomes Mustafa Mon, played by Nina Sonsaya. It has zero impact. I think zero impact in what Aldous Huxley was saying in the book, and zero impact on the TV show. While emotional engineer Helmholtz Watson becomes Wilhelm, called Helm, played by Hannah John Kamen. And you know, the way they reimagine her in the TV show is so it's so clever. It's so incredibly clever. You know, this is one of the great things about this is it's relevant and incredibly classic at the same time. Normally when they make something relevant, they make something make it disposable that you won't. But this is I think just an incredible time capsule of what of the world that we're living in right now, and doing what science fiction has always done incredibly well. It's raging against terrible things we see going on within our society that are too hard to talk about, that are too touchy to talk about. So it's doing it through allegory. Again, Huxley did it. This TV show does it. This is an absolute must watch for everyone. While white male characters are replaced with black women, and that's all this reviewer needs to see. All this reviewer needs to see to miss the point. And I hate to say, anybody saying this is horribly woke, either as a good thing or a bad thing, I think is doing exactly the same. I think they're being equally foolish. I think they're missing the point. They're missing the point of, again, Huxley's book and of this adaptation, because they see black faces where they want to see white, black female faces where they want to see where they expected to see white male ones, and that's all they needed to completely short circuit themselves and not be able to see beyond that, which is such an incredible pity. Both white male characters are replaced with black women, suggesting immediately a different vision for this particular dystopia. No. It's again. I think it's describing this dystopia very, very, very accurately. The central theme of the book is finding individuality within a completely automated society where you're conditioned and programmed to go along with that automation. Don't worry, there's still orgies, and there are a lot of orgies. It was another Mark DeParture book. Let's talk about John the Savage. Fine. It goes over everything we spoke about so far. So again, is it woke? Is it woke? Not at all. It's the absolute opposite of woke. It's talking about the dangers of being woke. It's the denizens of New London, the dystopia, live a pain-free existence, and pain and stress is something that they can't process or deal with at all. Again, we're talking about the Twitterati. We're talking about the type of people who have been on a complete meltdown for the last 4 years because elections didn't go the way they thought they wanted, and then reality didn't go the way they said it would. They've been on complete meltdown. This is the Dinners of the New London are the elites, are the are the blue check marks, and the savages. That's you and me. That's you and me are the savages, and nobody really comes out of it very well. It's again incredibly interesting show. Really deep themes. Wrapped up in just wonderful science fiction, which a type of science fiction I really like. Plus, incredible performances and characterization. The one of the stars is Harry Lloyd. He plays Alpha plus Bird and Max, and he plays him with so much nuance and layers. And every character has a significant journey within it, a significant personal journey, and all of them feel incredibly authentic, incredibly real. It feels like there's no other way they could have reacted the way they reacted. Just a fantastic show. Woke? Not at all. And I apologize for saying that anybody who of that opinion is somewhat foolish, but any of that opinion is just being somewhat foolish. My name is Sheila Becken, the Rabbi from another planet. Please like, share, and subscribe, and ring the little bell so you're notified when new videos drop.